I'm gonna just let it rock until a couple people come in. Okay. Yep. I really like going live in Facebook though too. That's like where I really go live. Oh, it looks good. See, I got that thing on my phone. So everything looks so dark. So it's like when I see it like on another device, I'm like, oh, okay, no, we're good, we're good. So let's see how we can see the comments if anybody starts to comment. Okay, hey everybody. So we are just going live today. I'm almost finished with this style, so I figured, you know what? Let me just go ahead and just jump on the live. Like, why not, right? So I hope everybody's Saturday is going pretty good. I know it's been a good Saturday. It's always chill though. Saturdays are my favorite. Saturdays are my favorite braiding days, to be honest. I don't know why. It's just like therapeutic almost to just sit and braid on a Saturday. And I rarely go live on YouTube. I think I've only actually gone live on YouTube one other time. But I definitely just want to try and show you guys just what I'm doing real time sometimes. Yeah, it looks really good. Looks so dark for me on mine, but it looks good.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? I keep forgetting I want to go the other way. So we're basically just doing some Goddess Box Braids with like the curly pieces. Oh yeah, her hair her hair is so long. So I just saw a comment come through. Yep. Oh, so there we go. Okay, so now we can see the comments. Okay, so somebody said client got them inches. Yeah, guys, her hair is so long. Like, I'm telling you. I wish that I would have started the live earlier because you could really, really see how much hair she actually has. But I'll probably post some befores on Instagram or something like that. But yeah, her hair is really long, super healthy. It's growing very nicely. So this is our first time. This is our first time doing the Goddess Box Braids. So we've done box braids plenty of times, but this is our first time doing them with the curly pieces. So I was like, you know what? We're almost done. Let's jump on a live and see what's going on and, you know, just chit chat and all that good stuff. So it's not really a tutorial necessarily, guys. I just kind of just came to hang out. But if you have any questions, though, I'm always happy to answer what I can. like doing these too. Because it just adds a little flair, you know, to the style. So it's pretty cool. The only thing is that the hair is going to tangle, guys. Unless you're like using, you know, human hair for your curly pieces, you may get some tangling. I forgot how to get to the comments. I just like saw it like pop up. I was like, oh shoot. I think my last live I did a set of knotless braids, and my client's hair was like literally down her back. Yeah, yeah.
I know
it was. It was like down like about to the bottom of her back. So she had like really, really, really long hair. But it was a challenge. But you know, well, you know me.
Yeah. Did you add any hair?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, not much.
Yeah.
Not much, but enough just to like make the braid like firm.
Right.
But other than that, yeah, definitely. But I like a challenge though. You know, it's funny because like when I first started braiding, I was like, I'm not offering box braids. I was like, nope, I definitely
Here we are.
am not. Right. I was like, I'm definitely not offering box braids. They're not my thing. You know, that was like my famous thing. They're not my thing. And I just tried them. You know, I just tried them on my niece's hair. And it's like, it's crazy because I ended up really like enjoying box braids. Like sometimes I actually enjoy box braids more than I do like feed-in braids. Especially once you have like your parting down and all of that stuff. Like parting is so important when it comes to box braids. So once I get that down, like I love how we did it today. Like this, and we probably would have been done. Like honestly, we'd stop and ate lunch and stuff like that, but oh, somebody else said your hair is so long. Yeah, it is long. And I love the color too.
This one matches really well.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember where we used to go back and forth like,
Right.
are you a 4? Are you a 6? Like,
And we used to do them both.
Right. But now I feel like a 4 works just really, really, a 4 works really good for your hair. And even the curly hair matched really good. I was surprised that it was such a blend. But yeah, I'm just here doing these box braids, working on a good old Saturday. I love Saturdays. I love braiding on a Saturday, should I say. I don't know what it is. It's just a different vibe, you know? But yeah, guys, so it's not really a tutorial. I'm just kind of going off the, you know, my normal edited, you know, video and stuff like that. Just doing something live just to hang out with everybody on this good Saturday. So like I said, if anybody does have any questions, I'm definitely down to answer questions. But if not, yeah, just What do you think about the style? Would you get this? Would you prefer knotless? I like both, to be honest. But I have to admit, I still think that traditional braids definitely.
Good question.
How will you go about dipping the ends to prevent the curly hair from getting wet? Oh, that's a good question. I'll probably do that on the live. Somebody else asked me that too. To dip the ends, to be honest, I just take these, the curly pieces, and I just kind of like pin them up, and then I dip the ends just like I would normally, and then I let the curly pieces come back down. So it's really easy to do. It's not hard. And I always make sure that I like brush out the ends and stuff really good and kind of like comb the product through, just so that it doesn't just like kind of clump up at the top. So a lot of my clients, they always really like how when they take their hair out, it's not a lot of buildup at the root, and they don't have a lot of knots when they take their hair out. And the less knots means the less like breakage. So that's what you want to think about. Even when you're doing your installs, you always want to think about even the takedown and how that process is going to look like for your clients. So you want it to be very, very smooth. So Goddess braids and Bohemian braids are two different things, must be. I guess I thought they were like pretty much the same, but they could have a difference between Bohemian braids and Goddess braids. I thought they were the same, to be honest. But I mean, definitely could be something different.
Goddess is at the end, Bohemian is throughout the braid.
Oh. Is that correct? That could be the difference. I'm not really sure, to be honest. I love your client's hairstyle. It looks amazing. Oh, thank you. I love the passion twist braids.
Hi from Jamaica.
Oh, hi. Okay, Jamaica in the house. Yeah, I like the passion twist too, but we were just actually, this is so funny, we were just talking about this earlier, that when it comes to passion twist, like I actually prefer the crochet ones because to me, they just last longer. But I guess some passion twists could also last if you kind of like started off with the braid. But for me, I just think a lot of clients or a lot of people's hair texture is not the same as the passion twist hair texture. And so I feel like their hair probably separates, I think their hair probably separates from the passion twist hair, and so I feel like you do a lot of work for it to really not hold up. But if you get it crocheted in and you get the pre-twisted passion twist, I feel like they hold on a lot longer. So I prefer the crochet ones. Anything else? I don't want to miss anything.
You're very talented. Keep up the good work.
Oh, thank you.
And then love the hairstyle.
Oh, you guys are really sweet. Thank you. Thank you. Just comes with practice, practice, practice. I was just saying before, like, I didn't even think I would offer box braids when I first started. And, like, now it's like one of the things I really look forward to doing. So you guys can see like we're really working through the style. We're pretty much almost done. I just wanted to come on, you know, for the last few, but yep, it's definitely looking good. I'm gonna like move the camera down a little bit so you guys can really like see more of the style in the parts. Like
Chelsea said, how long do these take? I see you don't even offer small box braids. I want to get into bigger box braids.
Okay, so this probably could have took a lot less time, but my client here is like my little sister. So I feel like the time that we take, it's different than, you know, the norm. But I would say this takes me about 5 hours. Now I always have to add on a little time because she gets a blowout, and that blowout probably takes me about an hour. So it really just depends. Come on the other side. But it's about 5 hours, I guess. And no, I don't offer small braids. Just because I am a single braider. I don't have any assistants or, you know, anything like that. So to me, I kind of am at a cap when it comes to the size. So I try to, you know, stick between medium, large, and jumbo. And it works for me.
She's asking if these are medium or large.
These are in between. So you kind of have to like judge your client's like head size. And so like medium on my client today, the way I would typically do medium for knotless would end up kind of being small for her. So these are in between medium and large. It's kind of like an in between. Medium, when I do knotless braids, because I like to have a little bit better of a grip, for medium, I kind of do it a little bit smaller. But since these are traditional, this would be like, this would constitute for my medium for traditional. But if it was knotless, I probably would have went a little bit smaller, just because knotless get a little frizzier faster. So I would have probably added maybe one more row. But since it's traditional and it can take it and it can like, it's gonna hold longer and it has a little bit better hold, then this is fine. And remember too, like people's sizes are their size. Like you get to determine what's your medium, what's your large, what's your, you know, small or whatever. Because I know that's like a common thing in the hair industry, and people always say like, oh, well, that doesn't look like a medium to me. That looks large, or that looks, and it's like, you know, doesn't matter what it looks like. You're the one who's determining, you know. If that's your small, then that's your small. If it's your, you know, and if people don't agree, they don't have to book that with you.
She said, I think this is my last question, but now how do you determine how often to put the curly pieces? Is it every other braid, every few braids, or what?
Oh, listen, you do not have to stop asking questions, okay? Because I love questions. I think it makes the lives and things like that more interesting. And of course, while I, you know, want to be entertaining and all of that stuff, I really like to provide value in whatever I do. So, to be honest, it's just more of a feeling. So if I see that it's starting to get a little heavy, then I might miss a braid, or I might skip a braid or whatever. So I just try to like evenly distribute it, but there's no real like, okay, 1, 2, add. Like it's not like that. It's just eyeing your style, feeling the style, and just kind of adding as you feel. Now, if your client really wants a lot of curly hair, I would say add one piece to every braid. If they really want a lot, then maybe add 2 pieces to every braid. But for me, I'm like adding 1 piece to maybe every other braid. And then I find that you get a good ratio like that, because remember guys, a lot of times the hair, the curly hair, is going to be synthetic that we're doing or that we're using. So that hair might get knotty, might get matted, might get, whatever. So it's like, I just try to give my client a good balance so that they don't feel overwhelmed once they like leave from the style. They're not overwhelmed with all this hair that's been added to the braid. So I hope that helps. Oh, somebody said they love putting braids in their hair. Yeah, so do I. I mean, I don't do it as often as I would like, because there's really like nobody to braid my hair. So if anybody wants to braid my hair, and I know how to braid my hair, but it's just like, it's one of those things, guys. It's like you're so busy doing everybody else's hair that you just don't always get that time for yourself. And I don't mind that, I'd rather service others.
Kristen said, I love watching your videos on YouTube. You always do an amazing job on all of your clients' hair.
Thank you. It's been a minute since I put out a YouTube video, guys. It's been like a month. But you know what? I have some really, really dope content coming. I'm like actually editing a video for like a day in the life. And I had 4 clients this day, a mom and her 3 daughters. And I was actually able to record the entire day, which was pretty dope. So you guys will kind of see like 4 styles in one video. And that took a lot of work.
She said she does with her personality is everything. And
Oh!
fun.
Now y'all just trying to hype me up. Y'all just trying to hype me up. No, but I really appreciate it though. I really do. I really do. So, are you ladies in the group? I have a group on Facebook. Are you guys a part of that group? That's where I actually spend a lot of time, is in that group.
She said, yes, Nick, it's me, Bree.
Oh, hey, Bree. It's saying Chelsea on here, so.
And then Ro Willis said, yes, I am.
Yes, okay. See, I love y'all. That's why y'all being so nice. Y'all know me. No, those are my girls. So how do you guys, since I do have some ladies in the group, how do you guys feel like the group is going? Like, are you guys satisfied with how everything is going? Is there anything that you wish, would happen more? Do you feel like you're getting what you need out of the group? Let me know. How can I improve?
Rose said, I will be joining your one-on-one mentoring soon.
Yes! Yes. Thank you. So I actually, so you know that we had picked the giveaway winner the other day, and they actually won, like, the 6-week program or whatever. But for those who entered the giveaway, just keep watch for your emails this week, because I'm going to be sending a little thank you out to your email. So just keep watch for that, because there may be a little surprise in there for those who actually joined the giveaway, because I just want you to know that I sincerely appreciate your participation, and I think it should be rewarded. So I would love that. I am looking so forward to working one-on-one with other braiders, especially in that capacity where I could really, really be on like, one-on-one, hands-on help. I know I wish I had that when I got started. Um, my client can tell you I literally had to learn everything, guys, for the most part. Um, and I hate to say by myself, but for the most part, I did have to do it by myself. And, you know, I just want to be able to help you guys navigate through things like setting your pricing and how to create branding for yourself and, just all these things that are just really, really important for the business side of braiding. Like, yes, braiding is a talent in itself, but guys, if you really want to be a braid boss, there are just some things that you have to learn along the way, and I want to help you. I just want to help you.
Grace said the group is awesome, no edits needed. I love hair, hustle, hope. I guess I love how small it is. We know each other better versus a group with thousands of members.
Yeah.
Everyone is so supportive. And then Rose said, I definitely am benefiting from the group, especially when I have had a rough day or need some advice. The ladies in the group are so great about encouraging, supporting, and giving advice.
Awesome. Oh my God, thank you so much for the feedback. Can you screenshot that?
Yeah.
Cause I gotta keep that, y'all. I gotta keep these good reviews of the group. No, but I'm so glad. I'm so glad. And that's why, like, to be honest, y'all, I could really be like pumping the group like every day, all day, putting it on Instagram, putting it on, like just putting it everywhere, constantly, promoting the group. But I really love the intimacy of the group. And for me, the group is not about the number of members that we have. I mean, obviously, anything that you do, you want it to grow. So I clearly, clearly want the group to grow and to, whatever. But I'm very particular about who I allow in the group. And that's why we have like group questions that have to be answered. Because I just don't want a bunch of like random people, in a sense, in the group that are not adding value, And I'm not the only person that can add value, because you guys show me and add value to me every single day. So I'm very particular. Like, guys, we declined quite a lot of requests as well. And so we really want to just keep that culture that we have in the group. So yes, I'm really glad to know that it's been helpful, because hope is part of it. Yes, it's about hair, and yes, it's about hustle, but hope is like a very big part of braiding, because you're stepping out and doing something that's out of the norm. You're not just sitting, and not that anything's wrong with a 9 to 5, but it's just different, and we all need that hope and support.
Grace said, how do you determine who will be valuable and who won't for the group?
By the way they answer the questions. So in the beginning of the group, like when somebody reaches out, I myself and my best friend Tracy, who's a moderator of the group as well, we read the questions. We read the responses to the questions that are asked. So like, I want to know, like, is this person even an aspiring braider? Because if they're not, this is probably not the group for them, right? I want to know, what does Hair Hustle Hope mean to them, and things like that. So those are just some of the type of things. Now, obviously, I can't determine if somebody's going to be active once they join, because some people are shy, and it just takes them a little bit before they feel safe enough to interact. And so sometimes we'll get posts from people who have probably been a part of the group for quite a while, and maybe they just never posted, and then they'll say like, oh, hi, this is my first time posting, you know, or whatever. So sometimes it just takes people a little bit of time. But like, for example, if people don't answer the questions, then that's another thing, because it's like maybe they don't want to follow like the rules. So I take that into consideration too. Because that's like the number one indicator, like, okay, you took the time to answer the question, so, you know. So yeah, so how did you guys like having a collaboration with somebody on a live? I thought that was amazing. Latasha was so gracious to us. I really, really love her style. And I felt so honored to be able to bring her into the group and, you know, stuff like that, and do that live with her about, you know, creating good content. Well, creating great content, you know, we've been talking about. And how about the calendar? Have you guys been following the prompts on the Instagram calendar? Oh, look, they know each other from the group. That is so cool.
Rose said, love this collaboration and it's a great help. Shows me how to share without oversharing. LOL.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. That's cool. That was like my first time, I think. Yeah, I think that was really like my first time. I mean, I don't know if you guys know Vandy. I'm pretty sure some of you know Vandy. Probably most of you know Vandy Vanity. She is like my braid sister for real, and she's in our group too. And that's why I always tell you guys, like, you really never know like whose eyes could be on your content, you know. So never be afraid to share, never be afraid to post. You know, even if you feel like the work isn't 100%, because that's what we're all there for, to help each other elevate.
Rose said, the calendar is awesome. I even noted to clean up my workspace before taking pictures of my work.
Yes. Yes.
And then Bree said, I'm slipping, but I'm supposed to post how I came up with my brand name. I was thinking of a picture to post with this. I don't know if I should post a pic of my work or my logo.
Oh. Try your logo. Try your logo. If you've never posted your logo before, guys, there's nothing wrong with posting your logo and just getting that, you know, getting a set of eyes on that. I mean, having a logo for your business is an accomplishment. So post your logo, or, I mean, you can post a picture of yourself, but I think we probably just, when we did our introductions, we probably posted pictures of ourselves. So I would say, yeah, try a picture of your logo. You know, guys, Instagram and things like that is trial and error, right? And it's like one of those things, like, you have to just try different things. There is no, I mean, yeah, like, there's a lot that you can learn about Instagram, and sure, there's Instagram etiquette and things that work well, and, you know, stuff like that. But when it comes to building out your Instagram, you want to build a dynamic page. So try different things. Try posting your work. Try posting pictures of yourself. As long as you're keeping it related back to the business, it doesn't have to be a picture of your work every single time. You know what I'm saying?
Ashley said, yes, I know Mandy, I love her work. Antonia said, you pasta, or you braid so neat. And then Ashley said again, I'm loving your braids, girl. Them Goddess Box Braids on point.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that, guys. I really do. But yeah, you know, just try different things. And honestly, that calendar, I probably, like, I try to make that calendar from scratch, guys. Like, literally in Canva, you know, made the whole thing from scratch. And I have probably posted at least maybe one example of each of those. Because this is for your brand, you know? So it's not about just your, you know, your work in itself. Like, you're building your brand. You're building up things for people to get to know you. You're building up things for people to, like, kind of learn the business you. Let me put it that way, right? So we don't have to, like, necessarily, like, post a picture of us, like, cooking dinner, you know? I mean, if you want to post your meal in your story, cool. But for your Instagram page itself, you know, this is for your business. This is for people who are looking for your services. This is for people who want to know a little bit about you. And when I say, like, know about you, they want to know about how you know, got into your business maybe, or stuff like that. Like, and then sometimes they might even want to know a little random, like, you know, random stuff. But again, you just still find a way to bring it back to the business. And that's what I try to do. So that's what I feel like, you know, has worked for me. I mean, I know people post all different kinds of stuff. So it's really up to you, but I just try to keep my page very professional, but light and fun and airy too, you know, because that's just how my brand operates, you know. But consistency is key. And it's better to make your mistakes and get it wrong now, maybe while your account or page might still be small, so that as you're learning what works best and your page starts growing, you know, you're in a better standing by the time your page gets really big.
So Bree has another question.
Sure.
I know you recommend Acuity 100%.
Yeah.
I'm currently with Square. How do I go about switching? How much is Acuity? The site is free, but I do notice they take fees when they send me my money.
What is she? Oh, Square.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, Bree. So you asked, so we're gonna talk about it. Let me tell you why I like Acuity for one. Let me turn this down a little bit.
Right, before you do that, maybe I should turn my chair because Ashley said, may you please show us how you're starting her braid and adding the curly end? So you want me to turn like this way?
Yeah, let us get a little bit situated. So let me see. I'm gonna put this up a little bit, guys, so that you guys can see, because I'm actually getting ready to start one. All right. Okay, guys. So remember that we're live, so I'm sorry if we're changing camera angles and doing all that, but this is live, so. Okay. So how are we looking? Does it look like a better angle? Yeah, that looks pretty good. Okay. So hold on, Bree. I'm going to get to your question. I'm just going to kind of do a quick talk through for the how to start. So for her braids, I am using the hair folded in half like this. Oh, she said, take your time. I'm watching too. Bree, I ain't about to play with you, girl. Okay, so I'm taking half a hair folded like this, right? So I know there is many ways to start a box braid, guys, but the way that I start her box braids have really worked for us for a long time now. So it's one of those things where it's not broke, so I don't fix it. Her hair matches the braiding hair fairly well. I mean, you can see it's a pretty, you know, good match. So I use her hair as the third strand for like a half a second, okay? So I'm gonna kind of like put her head down. Okay. And like I said, I'm gonna use her hair as the third strand. So you see her hair is this strand here in the middle. I'm gonna like kind of rest the hair on top here. And now I'm kind of holding it with my thumb. let's see. So my first move is I am going to take my left thumb and come right underneath the middle strand here to grab this strand. I hope this makes sense, y'all. So this is my first movement right here. Then I'm going to bring this strand underneath like this. And then I'm going to come and get this strand. Now, this piece that's hanging over my thumb, I'm going to kind of like split off a piece to join her natural hair strand. Right? Now I have 3 strands. Then I'm going to kind of use, I guess you can call it like the push method. I don't know how to describe this method of braiding, to be honest. But I'm going to just start pushing each strand behind the middle strand. And you guys could see how I'm taking this and I'm covering her natural strand. And I'm going to use a little gel to kind of like, you know, join them together. And then I'm just going to braid down from there, guys. And that's how I've been doing like every one. Now, if I was using a piece of hair that was a different color, I may have to reconsider how I do the add-in. But since her hair is so close to this color, this little bit right there doesn't even bother me. But if I was using like a blonde, you would see that piece of her hair, and then I would probably have to try a different technique. So now here's for a curly piece. It's just folded like this as well, guys. I'm going to slip it like right under. I'm going to take one strand of it and kind of just put it off to the side like this. And I'm going to continue braiding the way that I was. And I'm going to use gel. I hope everybody can still see. Any questions so far? Do you guys need me to do that again? And I'm going to leave this out right here. Because now that I braided it a couple times, I can let that other side out. So for me, it's like every braid gets one piece of hair, but that hair is coming out on 2 different sides.
Ross said, can I just say I logged on at the right time? You're giving me motivation right now. I will be starting my second client of the day in an hour and a half. Kids medium knotless. I love your work.
Oh, nice. Girl, this is late to be starting knotless. Unless that's just me. So what is like the latest that y'all braid to? Because let me tell you something. By 5 o'clock, I'm trying to go home. And I think that's probably like the 9 to 5 in me, you know? That I just have that like, yes, I can work all day and I can work really hard, but at a certain time I want to go home. I never was a nighttime worker, so I don't braid at night. That's just my schedule because I have like, you know, my husband and my daughter and, you know, that kind of stuff. So, I mean, I have to put on a whole nother hat when I get home. So it's kind of like I braid during the day and then, you know, I do other stuff like computer work and social media stuff and, you know, dinner and time with the kid and all that other stuff. But Bree, let me get back to this acuity question before I forget. With acuity, right? Acuity lowest plan, if it's still the same price, costs $15 a month, okay? But with that being said, even with that $15 a month, you are not charged. How can I say this? You are not charged. Like, that's it. Your client, you're going to get the full amount from your client. So if you're using acuity and a client books an $85 style with you and your deposit is $15, they're going to pay their $15 deposit. And don't get me wrong, there will be a charge on that $15 deposit. You may get like $14.72 or 14 something from the deposit, but that's really chump change when you're getting multiple deposits. And for the, how can I say it? For everything else that you're getting with Acuity, it's worth it. The other thing with Acuity is that you can, you know, collect your payment multiple ways. So you can either take it in cash, you can take a credit card, you can, you know, I just think Acuity has a lot of options, guys. So that's why it's my, definitely my go-to.
Okay, you have some more questions in here.
Okay.
Ashley said, what do you recommend would be the best products for knotless braids and box braids? And someone else asked the same question.
The best products for knotless?
Someone else just asked that same question. Oh, Donna said, hi, what hair product are you using for her braids?
Oh, just Shine and Jam. Yeah, just Shine and Jam. And I use the same for knotless. Just the yellow Shine and Jam, guys. I mean, I'll show you real quick. It's just this here. And to be honest, I really like the red one. It's the one from Stasha Harris. I like that one too. And to, oh, you want to see the hair that I'm using? Okay, hold on. I'll grab a pack of it. So it's this one here from Expressions. It's their 2X pre-stretch, just 48 inches. And this is the brand that I use. It is my favorite brand. The next brand that I like to braid with is the Outre brand. It's between those two. That's what hits for me. So I'm not one to use a whole lot of products, guys. I kind of use one product throughout the whole head. Oh, and the other thing is too, Bree, if you wanted to switch over to Acuity, I have an affiliate link. I think I have shared it in the group, but if you message me, I can send you the affiliate link and you can go ahead and try out Acuity. And that's one part of the coaching program that I actually help with, the setup of your Acuity scheduling. So once we, you know, get your prices in order, make sure that you're pricing actually for profit. Because there's one thing to have your prices, guys, and it's another thing to price for profit. So if you have not got the ebook, the Braiders Ultimate Pricing Guide, How to Price for Profit, you guys want to get that. Because that's a very important step in your braiding journey. However, I mean, there's a lot of steps to it, but that's just an important step of how to price for profit. And then another thing is once we go through that and we set up your pricing and everything, or adjust it, or whatever we need to do to get your pricing at the right place for you, we also talk about setting up policies, right? Because setting up policies is really important as well, because that's what's going to govern your braid business. So once we get through those two steps, I then help with Acuity setup. So I will literally one-on-one with you, help you set up your Acuity scheduling with your pricing, your styles, and your policies that you're going to, you know, add to it. So the one-on-one coaching, guys, is beyond worth it. And if you really need that help one-on-one, I still am accepting some special pricing. So because it is a new program, and once I get, you know, a few people in and everything like that, the prices are probably going to go up. So if that's something you want to take advantage of now, make sure you guys jump on that too. And you can always message me if you want me to send you that information. Give me 2 seconds. I gotta go run to the bathroom, guys. So keep asking your questions, guys. I just gotta take a little second here.
Ashley, I saw you asked a question about the parting. Nick parted my hair at the beginning, did every single row first before she started even braiding. I'd say it took less than an hour, like 30 to 45 minutes probably. And it just made it more convenient for her to go through the rest of my head a lot more quickly to get the parting done first because I do have so much hair.
Any questions?
I had just answered Ashley's question about parting. She said, does it take long? I just said that you did it all first before you started braiding.
Oh, okay, nice.
Donna asked
Sorry, guys.
if
Ooh, I had to go to the back.
the hair is tangle free.
It probably says that. Which one? The curly hair? Or the braiding hair?
I think she was talking about the braiding hair.
The braiding hair, I would say, is probably a little bit closer to being tangle free. Not the curly hair. That curly hair is not tangle free, guys. But I don't really have issues with the braiding hair with tangles, as far as tangles go.
I have some more questions.
Sure, let's do it.
Braiding said, are you planning to try the orange shine and jam as supreme hold? I heard it's good too. More firm, I guess. And Ashley said, I heard that too, but then other people would say it's watery.
Yeah, I've heard different things. And just as I was about to buy it, I heard somebody say that it wasn't, wasn't all that it was like cracked up to be. So, yeah, guys, I don't know. And that's the thing with products. You can't always go based off of what somebody else says. Sometimes you have to see for yourself, because I feel like they said the same thing about the red shine and jam, that, there really wasn't a difference. And don't get me wrong, is the difference like, crazy? No, it's not crazy, but there is a difference though. I do think it is a little bit thicker than the yellow one, and I do think that it has a little bit of a different hold than the yellow one. So, but all in all, I think the Shine and Jam products are really, really good products. I've never had any issue with them. The only one that I would say that I probably wouldn't use is the purple one, because the purple one's hold is really, really light, and so it's not enough for me. But like, if you were doing like a baby's hair, like, maybe, and they didn't want too much of a hold, then maybe I would say that the purple one would be probably pretty good for that.
Antonia says, how many packs of braids, braiding hair are you using?
I think we could be going on the third. Just, it could have been about 3 packs.
Ashley said, what do you recommend for someone who wants to start a braiding business but has no one who she can actually work on?
Oh, okay. All right, let me think about that because I don't want to just throw out any answers. So the question is, read the question one more time.
What do you recommend for someone who wants to start a braiding business but
Okay.
has no one who she can actually work on?
Oh, okay. So you want to start a braiding business, but you don't have any clientele yet. Okay. Well, let me just encourage you by saying this. Pretty much everybody starts off with no clientele. So just because you don't have clientele doesn't mean that you're not in position. Because getting clients, sometimes that's the easy part. So if you know how to braid, let me ask you this. Do you already know how to braid?
Well, she answers that for you. Donna said, I noticed that you are not using rubber bands. I'm wanting to see once again how you began your knotless braid and how do you feed in the curly hair and how many braids will your client have? So.
Okay. Good questions. Okay, so I don't know how many braids she's gonna have. But I can tell you by the time we're finished with the style, these braids are actually not knotless. So these braids are traditional box braids with the knot at the top. Okay, and Ashley says she's been practicing on her mannequin head. Okay, so that's half the battle right there, Ashley. And honestly, if I wanted to have a braiding business and I was just starting out, I would suggest getting familiar with hair products, getting familiar with the braiding hair that you're going to choose, and things like that. I would start thinking of my business name. I would start thinking of, how am I going to approach, you know, Ashley, there's something that's called reverse engineering. Okay, and that's a little bit high knowledge, if you will. But there's something that's called reverse engineering, and basically what reverse engineering means is you're taking, like,
She said she already did that.
Perfect.
She has her brand, she has everything.
Good. So those are all the things. But you want to take your end goal and then work backwards to say, okay, like, what is it that I actually need to achieve this goal? So
Donna wants to see the beginning of the next.
wants to see the, okay. I'll do this one because this one looks like, yeah, she said she prepared herself. Let's see. And I'm glad that I'm so glad if you're feeling motivated from this live. I'm really, really grateful for that, because I'm very big on value. For me, it's not about the flex of a thing. I feel like a lot of people can do that. It's easy to flex, but it's hard to be a person that stands by their values and stands by their standards and really wants to be helpful to other people and things like that. And that's really big for me. So if you are feeling motivated from this, I appreciate it. I'm feeling motivated from this as well. So thank you. And yeah, Ashley, just keep step by step, get your logo, get your, like you said, you have your business name already. Just do all of the things. If you've done that part, have you registered your business name? Have you spoken with an accountant? Have you, I know that's probably like steps further down, but these are things that you can be getting in order too. Because if you're really, serious about starting your business, you can have your name registered and get an EIN number for your business. So that way, once you get your EIN number, you can start preparing for a business bank account And you can start kind of like keeping your, you know, when you do start bringing in money, you can start building up, you know, your business bank account. And then in the future, you can even start building up your business credit. So those are like kind of like advanced things, but yet very, very important for any entrepreneur, solopreneur, whatever. These are things that are very important because as your business grows and expands, there's going to be things that you know, you want to have in place. So, you know, if there's things that people need help with, you know, if you guys are not following me on Instagram already, my Instagram is Neek_Lynn. You can follow me on Instagram. You can DM me. You can reach out to me. Because there have been some resources that I've learned along the way. And, you know, I'm definitely willing to share those resources. So it's like, if you guys need an accountant, like I know an accountant that works for like the beauty industry, and is very familiar with what we do. She's absolutely amazing. So if those are the type of things that you need, if you need to book one-on-one, you know, and I'll make sure I put like links in the video after we're done with the live. So, you know, don't worry about that. But, you know, definitely connect with me if you feel like, you know, you need some additional help, additional assistance, you know, whatever it is. I don't have all the answers, guys, but, you know, thankfully I've been blessed to learn some things. So, yep.
Great offering some advice. Did you read that one?
About, yeah, read it out loud.
She said, I know that struggle. Actually, I hated working on my mannequin. I offered lots of freestyles to get to where I am now. They were mostly kids, so, but I totally get it.
Yeah. And you know what? Like starting off, if you've been practicing and you know how to braid, you don't even, I mean, yes, you can start off offering freestyles, but I'm going to tell you guys the honest truth. I didn't start off offering freestyles. And I'm not knocking anybody who has taken that route, but I didn't start off offering freestyles. Now, were my prices probably pretty low? Yeah, they were. Because like Bree just said, somebody's not going to necessarily off the rip just pay you $100 for box braids that they never saw, or for a page that doesn't exist, or your work's not being exemplified anywhere. And that's why I always tell people to take pictures of your work no matter where you're at in the process, because we're hard on each other as braiders, braider to braider in a sense. But sometimes in your area, there might not be a braider, period. So if you're the one that's posting braid pictures, even if your work isn't, you know, top notch, you might be the only option in that area. So don't let your lack of, you know, knowledge and expertise and getting it perfect slow you down from progressing, because we all have to start somewhere. And you truly will, you know, as cliche as it is, you truly will get better as time goes on. Hold on, guys. I'm going to move the camera one more time just so that you guys can see the back a little bit. I'm going to try to adjust it some, guys. Because I know somebody has said they wanted to see. So I hope this is a good angle. Lydia, I'm going to have you kind of like bend. Yeah, I'm going to have you kind of like bend your head backwards just a little bit. There you go. So you guys see, again, I'm just starting here. I'm going to come under with my left hand first. So here's the middle piece I'm coming under. My thumb's just going right under there. I'm going to grab my strand. Get my fingers repositioned here. I'm taking the left strand now, bringing it under. Okay. I'm going to do a braid movement. Then I'm going to split this here. Okay. Yep. Okay, so Ashley says she's in Miami, Florida. So, Ashley, what's the braid scene like there? Like, are a lot of people rocking braids there? Like, what's your area like? So I didn't catch the name of the person who was asking to see another one, but I hope that's
Donna.
Donna.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay, Donna. So I hope that you were able to see. I didn't add a curly piece to this one. So if you want to just keep watching, I'm going to add some curly pieces once I get probably to the next one. And like I said before, guys, there's really no rhyme or rhythm of how I'm adding these pieces. I'm just going where I feel, to be honest. Did Ashley respond?
Yeah. She said, when I offered, there was not one person in Miami interested for the freestyles, even though there's a lot of people there. And then Bree's trying to give her some advice, saying try some marketplace ads, business cards.
Mm-hmm.
She said she ended up passing flyers out in a Walmart, and a lady booked an appointment for her daughter for back to school
Oh.
when she was first starting.
Yeah, I often say like to beauty supply stores. Beauty supply stores are another great place. Now where I live, there really isn't any beauty supply stores. Um, well, I won't say there's not any, but we don't have one like the bigger cities where you go to and there's like a beauty supply store on every other street. It's not like that. But sometimes placing your business cards in beauty supply stores, that's another way that you can build clientele or just kind of get some exposure. I've even heard some people say post pictures even on your mannequin. I mean, you have to start somewhere. Another thing I think that helped me was friends and family. So if your friends and family are willing to let you do their hair, utilize them because they will still be a walking advertisement and it'll still give you an opportunity to take some pictures and put them on your Instagram page. And when it's all said and done, nobody has to know that, like, well, it doesn't even matter if they know or not. Like, oh, well, that's her cousin, so she let her do her hair. Like, don't put it, you don't even have to present it in that way, you know? And I know, and this is a method that you probably, I mean, I would definitely suggest being careful, of course. But I know one time Miss Vandy had shared that she used to do like a Craigslist ad. And she got a lot of clientele by placing ads on Craigslist, offering her, braid services. So, that's another feature you can try to gaining, clientele.
My hair looks so long.
Yeah, I know. You see it? I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm like all the way up here. It is coming out really, really nice though.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. At this point, I'm just like taking my time at this point. But we only have a couple left. I mean, there are only about 7 left. Anybody else have any questions?
Ashley did say, do you think it will work if I post pictures of my mannequin?
I mean, you just never know. Because there might be a person who is looking for somebody and maybe, maybe they just don't have a big budget right now. Maybe they're just looking for somebody um, to do their hair, So you just never know. Do you have a lot of friends?
She said she's been trying with family and friends, but it just keeps falling through.
Okay. Well, now that's the truth right there. That does happen. I remember when I first started out, and I was trying to, like, you know, my friends and family were reaching out to me and stuff like that. And, you know, I didn't have any deposits or anything in place. So it was like, oh, yeah, girl, I need you to do my hair. I want you to do my hair. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And then, you know, I would be sitting there and I'd be so excited because, you know, I'm just getting started, right? So I would go down to the beauty supply store that we did have. Um, and I would get the hair, and you know I would be ready, like, yes, okay, you know, I got a client today, you know, that's cool. And you know, they just wouldn't show up. And sometimes because they're your friends and your family, they feel like they have the liberty to do that. And so after that happened enough, I said, you know what, I have to get a system and I have to get some deposits in place, because when people invest into their appointment, you will notice, not to say that they won't ever cancel, because things happen, but you'll notice that you'll have less cancellations when people are already invested into their appointment, especially when they're invested monetarily.
Rose said, where do you buy your combs? Do you have a particular brand or type of comb? I tried the precision combs, and I didn't like the points of the teeth. My lines were not as clean.
I that's funny because I don't really use the precision combs either. I could use them, don't get me wrong, but I really don't use them all that much. Um, I use a regular, here guys, I mean, I don't know how it looks in the camera, but I'm really just using like a regular rat tail, small tooth comb. And and I also, well, my comb is so dirty right now. Not dirty, but you know, it has hair in it. I shouldn't say dirty, but let me try to clean out some of that hair a little bit. This, guys, is just a barber's comb. But if you could see, like, the tooth at the end, it's very small, but it's sharp. And not like sharp, but you know, it's sharp enough to get some clean lines. So those are like the two types of combs that I use. I have used the precision combs and they're not bad. Um, I just I actually ended up giving some of them away because I think it was like Braid Barbie's brand or something, and I had those, and you know, people would come in and they'd be like, oh, that's so dope, you know, whatever, and I was like, oh, here, you know, you can have one, because they were like still in the package or whatever. And so the last one I had, the top tooth, the precision parting part, I don't even know how I broke it, but you know, it was my fault. I broke it somehow, and yeah, so I haven't had it in a while. And it did take me a little bit of getting used to. But once I got used to it, I did kind of like it, but I didn't need it in a sense. Like, it helped, but it's funny because I guess I got used to it a little bit. So now I still go to use it and I'm like, oh man, I forgot the tooth is broke. So I just stick with my old faithfuls.
Ashley said, how long have you been in the braiding industry?
So I've known how to braid since I was probably about 10 or 11 years old, but I didn't get serious about it um, until like 2017. And then I went to cosmetology school and I went and got my cosmetology license because in my state you need to have a cosmetology license in order to braid. So I went and, you know, got my license and everything like that. And so I think I graduated in either 2018 or 2019. I can't remember. 2019, I think. Yeah, I graduated in 20. Oh, I think it's back on. Yeah, it's back. It should be back.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'm here, guys. I'm sorry. My phone rang.
Someone asked, how long have you been braiding clients' hair?
feel like we really have. And again, like I always have to say, with Missy's hair here, we always have to do a serious blowout, guys. So that blowout does take us about an hour to do. So yeah, so I'm gonna have you. Can you guys still see? Oh yeah, should still be able to see. Okay, good. Yeah, you know what, guys? When it comes to box braids, I just say, don't rush. I mean, there's people who can, get box braids done in 3 hours, and that's great. Uh, you know, I've never been a braider that can do that in a sense. I mean, it just really depends. But now at this stage, I'm really about it like just looking good, looking clean, parts clean. I parted every single one of these parts out before we even started braiding. Um, and that's because I prefer for it to look a certain way. So, and I'm not saying I couldn't have done that by going one at a time, but I just wanted to get all the parts out so that way there was no guesswork when I, did start the braiding process. So, but yeah, we're almost done though. And then we stopped for lunch and we worked on some Instagram posts. So, we kind of do a lot. It's not my normal client setup in a sense. Um, but Miss Lydia's been with me for a long time now, so it's more of a vibe session for us than it even is like braiding at this point. But guys, what clients that you can, be more relaxed with, and which ones you can't. And not that your clients don't deserve for you to always be on your, best and be respectful of their time, of course. But like I said, we have a very close relationship, so I'm blessed in that sense that I can take my time. Oh, Ashley, are you part of the group too? Are you part of Hair Hustle Hope Collective? And if not, feel free to join us. We're a group on Facebook. We have about 400 braiders in that group. There's a lot of support there. As the other girls have, said before. So, you're more than welcome to come and join us. I go live in there all the time about different topics. We're actually focusing on social media content this month. So, feel free to join us.
Ashley wants to hear the name of the group again and how she can join it.
It's Hair Hustle Hope Collective. Can you type that in there if you don't mind? So yeah, we're gonna type it in. And that way you can see how to join us. Perfect. Thank you. Mm-hmm. Okay, let's finish up this side. A little bit. Does it feel heavy, like even with the curly pieces? Okay.
Like, it feels like a little heavier than normal braids, but like not to the point where I'm like, oh my god, my neck. You know what I mean? Ashley said, have you ever traveled to braid someone's hair?
Yes. Yeah. It was family, so I won't say like I got flued out or whatever you call it. Right? But no, yeah, I have actually traveled. It was family, so you know we were spending the weekend with them anyway. But yes.
Antonia said, I can't get over how amazing your client's hair is looking. Good job. Your client's hair looks amazing and is on point.
Oh, well, thank you.
Someone else said the braids are very neat.
Yeah, that's one thing, guys. And thank you. Thank you so much. You know, it blows my mind every time someone compliments or something on box braids because y'all, when I tell you I was so afraid to attempt box braids, it's not even funny. Like, I had it made up in my mind that I was not doing box braids and that they were not going to be a part of my service list because I just was like so intimidated and I felt so behind the curve when it came to box braids. And I just tried them anyway and I kept doing them and kept doing them. And I'm sure there's even areas I could still get better. But I'm happy that I did at least attempt them because, you know, while they're time consuming, I do enjoy them. I definitely enjoy them. So thank you so much.
What do you recommend to do when you're braiding hair and your hands start to hurt, like it starts to feel sore?
Well, I think that breaks are important. And I'm starting to learn that even more. So like now, you know, before I'd be like, oh, I can't take a break. I can't stop. I can't. But like, if you want, you know, you want your hands to last, you have to learn how to pace yourself and listen to your, you know, listen to your hands, listen to your body. Now, like when I first start off, maybe that first and second braid, my hand will get a little sore. Like my wrist might get a little sore. And, but by the time I get to like the third braid, it eases up. I think it's just that initial giddy up of getting the braid started that I feel that little bit of discomfort. But other than that, oh, and the other thing is that if you notice that your hands are really hurting, chances are you may be holding the hair a little bit too tight. So, not saying that you're braiding your client's hair too tight, like not to like the scalp or anything, but I'm saying like if you're doing a box braid and you notice that your hand is really hurting, you might be like holding on, like pinching the hair a little bit too hard. And I know it's probably a hard concept to grasp, but sometimes you do have to kind of loosen your grip a little bit so that you're just kind of like lightly just flowing with the hair and that you're not just holding on to the hair so tight, thinking that you have to do that in order for the braid to be neat. Because sometimes tightness does not equal neat. Okay, control, to me, in my opinion, control is what equals neatness. So as long as you're able to control the braid, you'll still get a neat braid. So there we go, guys.
That looks so pretty.
I can't see. Like, I don't know what it looks like, so. Oh. Okay. So I'm going to turn you around this way now.
Ashley said, how long does it usually take you to finish any client set?
Oh, it just depends on the style. It depends on the style, but because, you know, through trial and error, of course. Let me just grab that back for you then. Okay. Of course, through trial and error, you know, you figure out your times. And I talk about that in my pricing ebook, where you just figure out the times that, you know, it takes you. So, and you start off with the shortest style, you know. So my shortest style time wise on females hair is two feet in braids. 2 feet in braids take me about an hour. On the website, I put an hour and 15 minutes because I would rather overestimate than to underestimate. But yeah, takes me about an hour and 15 minutes. And then it kind of just goes up from there. So under normal circumstances, guys, I probably would have been done with this already. But anytime you go live or you're doing other things, it's going to add time to the style. So, but yeah, just really, it really depends. And when you are setting up your style pricing, always make sure that you're taking time into consideration. Because I have been seeing a lot of ladies lately offering like knotless for $40. And, you know, and I understand that they're just starting out. But they're still probably taking 7 hours or 6 hours on medium knotless. And for $40, what's 40 divided by 6?
You're asking a comm major.
I'm so bad at basic math, guys. I did this the other day on my live on Facebook, and like they were writing the answers in the comments, and I was like, oh my god.
It's like
I was like
6.5.
Okay, so thank you. We'll go at 6.5. I should have picked an easier number, but so at 6.5. Okay, so if you're braiding $40 for a 7-hour style, you are only making about $6.50 an hour, and it's like that is way below minimum wage. You know, so you have to still take that type of stuff into consideration. I'm not saying you should be out here charging $400 for your knotless, especially if you're just starting. But I mean, $40? Oh, like I get it, you know, and I'm not trying to knock nobody for what they're doing in the beginning of their journey, because we all had to start somewhere. But for medium knotless, no. $40 should not even be a starting point.
Ashley said you provide the braiding hair for your clients.
Yes. Always. I always provide the braiding hair. And to be honest, the reason why I provide the braiding hair is because it's just easier for me that way than trying to send my client to a store. Again, like I had said before, I don't have like very many beauty supply stores in my area, and not even all the beauty supply stores in my area carry the hair that I use. So for me, it's just a lot easier to provide the hair. But again, if you are going to provide the hair, you have to think about that when it comes to setting up your pricing, because hair is not free. So you have to make sure that you are recouping the costs of what you are putting out. Okay, you guys probably can't see. Let me try to turn a little bit more. Okay, there we go. That's probably a little better.
Someone said, how much are your box braids?
It just depends. I just start off at pretty much a starting rate So basically the largest box braids, I start off with my price from there, or actually the opposite way. So since the smallest size that I offer is medium, I start with my medium price and then I work my way up so as the braid get bigger, the prices go down. So let's say my medium box braids, are $180. Well, my large might be like 150, and then jumbo might be like 130 or 100 or something like that. I have all my stuff on my website, so a lot of times I don't know exactly off the top of my head, to be honest, but that's typically how I do it. And I just adjust the price according to the size of box braids that they're getting.
Ashley said, when will you go live on Facebook again?
Probably Tuesday. No, not Tuesday. If not Tuesday, Wednesday. Yeah, I like going live even on Mondays, but this Monday I'm actually going to be working with one of my coaching clients. So I'm not going to be able to go live on Monday because I'll be doing our first session, but once I start getting, my coaching days and all that stuff, I'll be able to like solidify a day that I go live on Facebook. But sometimes it's just random too. Like sometimes one of the girls might post something that either really excites me or I just feel like, talking about that topic and getting everybody involved. And I might just say, hey guys, I'm going live. So, sometimes it's sporadic too. And I rarely ever go live on Instagram. But I'm trying to go live a little bit more, guys. But it's nerve-wracking to go live sometimes, because it's live. And, if you're like me, I can be a little bit of a perfectionist at times. And so going live is kind of like pushing me out of my comfort zone. Did I miss anybody's question? I hope I didn't. If I did, just type it in again if you're still here. And when you are doing your base, for those who are still trying to see like how to do this, when you're doing your base, make sure you get all the way around the braid, not just the top or the base, like the side, the top, the front, and even underneath. And then make sure you just kind of like comb it in really good, because you don't want like a clump of product just sitting at the top.
Ashley said, how many clients do you usually take in one day?
Oh, it just depends. It really depends on the style. So like a day like today, I'll just take one person. But then there's days in the week where I have feed-in styles where I might have 4 people. So it really just depends. Okay. yeah, just enough here. I thought I was gonna have to open up another pack. Okay, so yeah, I think we probably used about 3 packs altogether. Yeah, so we're probably about to get off of here soon, guys. I'm basically about to be done. So, any other questions? I just want to give you guys a couple minutes if you have any questions or just want to chit chat about something or whatever. I don't want to hold you too much longer unless y'all want to see the finished style. If y'all want to see the finished style, then just let me know and we'll just stay on. Thank you, Lydia, for letting me.
No problem. They all want to see the finished look.
Oh, they want to? Okay, all right. Okay, guys, yep, 2 more. And when I get to the end like this is where I start to get the water ready that I'm going to use. And I use a tea kettle. So, like an electric tea kettle. And if you guys like are wondering, oh, I should have been said this. If you guys are wondering like what products I use and what my favorite products are, actually I have an Amazon store, like a little Amazon storefront. And so you guys can actually see all the products I use, like the hair. You know, I put some like mousse products on there. I put a couple different products on there. So if you ever go to like other videos on my channel, you can check those out too. And then there's links obviously to everything, or actually you could just probably just purchase it right from that storefront. And I just want to say, if there's anybody on here that is subscribed to the channel, let me just really quickly say, let me turn the camera around real quick, guys, because I want y'all to see me real quick. Let me try to turn from the light here. Sorry, y'all. Okay, hold on. Donna, you have subscribed. Thank you so much. So let me just say this real quick. So for those who have subscribed to the channel and have been on this journey with me, I really thank you from the bottom of my heart. Like, when I tell you that I am so grateful, we literally just hit 50,000 subscribers. Let me take my mask down for that. We literally hit 50,000 subscribers. So guys, just thank you so much, because it's just been such a milestone of this journey. So I'm just overly grateful. I know I look a hot and crazy mess, but y'all are worth it. But this is the real side of braiding, guys. Like, I'm not a glam, I'm not a glamorous braider. You know what I'm saying? I come in, I slick my hair back. My concern is the client. So, you know what I'm saying? And when I'm done, I try to do my little thing, but hey, you know what I mean? But again, I just wanted to say thank you so much for helping me reach that milestone. And now let me, you know, because I'm not one to be all up in the camera, y'all, so I'm gonna go back. But I did have to just say thank you so much. All right, let me get you back. Let me get you back to what you want to see, because y'all ain't trying to see me. And I ain't trying to be seen. I think somebody said something about making it look easy. That's a blessing, because y'all, I'm over here hot.
Someone said, your hair rack, where's it from? Did you paint it or did it come like that?
Oh, it's from the Hair Easel. It's from a company called the Hair Easel on Instagram. Here, let me try to. Can you? Oh, they probably still can see it. Let me try to show y'all. So this is my hair rack, guys. My husband got it for me as a gift, and my stepdad painted it. So it came like regular raw wood, and he just kind of painted it to match the vibe of the shop in a sense. So yeah. And there goes my table.
Oh, no.
Oh. I'm not gonna tell you where I got the table from, because it don't work. It falls over all the time. So let me go ahead and put you guys back over here, so we can do these last two braids. Yeah, my table. Oh, so I have like one of those medical supply tables, and it works pretty good in a, you know, to hold your stuff or whatever. But one of my wheels broke, so now it's like off centered. So sometimes it falls over. So I think one of the keys is, guys, is finding a rhythm that works for you, and then just trying to stick with that rhythm, because that's what's really going to help your braids look consistent. And I know there's many different ways to braid, but you got to braid for what's comfortable for you. You know, like, I know so many people braid different ways and try this and try that, and you know, that's cool. But there's also going to be a way that feels good for you. And if you can get the result you desire, braiding the way that you braid, and you're not causing any harm or damage to, you know, your client's hair or, you know, yourself, then don't try to force yourself to braid the way that somebody else braids. Just do what you can do, and then perfect that, you know. And if you see a way that somebody braids and you find it helpful, well then of course, try it, you know. There's nothing wrong with trying a thing. But don't feel like your braids can only be good if you, like, oh, my braids is only going to be good if I could braid like Vandy, or my braids is only going to be good if I could braid like so-and-so. That's not the truth. You have to braid like you. Now, are there things you could take away and stuff like that? Of course. You know, is there things that you could take away from somebody's method and apply it and use it, of course. Of course. But don't feel like the only way you're going to be successful is if you do it exactly like this person. That's the beauty of different braiders. Okay, guys. I know I didn't finish this last one, but I'm just anxious to get to this one here, and then I'll braid it down. I'll braid them both down when I'm done. Okay, so we're winding down, guys. Does anybody have any last questions? I definitely don't want to... Anytime I do a live, I like to make sure that I answered as many questions that I possibly could. So, and I don't like to end without everybody feeling like they, got their questions answered.
Ashley wants to know if the racks are spray painted or hand painted.
That's a good question. I'm not really sure, to be honest. To me, it looks hand painted. But I guess you can do either way. Like if I was to do it, like if I was to get more of these, or let's say I had a shop or something and I had like multiple braiders, I'm just going to speak it into existence, guys. I would probably buy them and then get like, and I would probably like spray paint them, but I probably would spray paint them black. So they had like that nice, like black, shiny, like look to it. Or maybe even like, you could get like that, like the black spray paint, or sometimes it has like those metallic like undertones. I'll probably do something like that. Yeah, that's right. If you believe, you shall receive. Thank you, Ashley. Because that is a goal of mine. Because right now I still do braid by myself. And, I must admit, like, when you braid by yourself, it really is only so many braids or heads that you can do in a day. And so it's kind of like one of those things where you're always just going to kind of be at a cap. But if you have a couple braiders, you could really increase the number of people that you service, and you can increase your revenue. So that's kind of like the goal for me right now, is to really hopefully like train some other braiders to like work side by side with me. So
Alicia says, where are you located?
Pennsylvania. I'm in Kingston, Pennsylvania. So kind of like the Poconos area. So we live in a really small town. And so a lot of times, like, if somebody asks like where we're where we're from, we just kind of say like the Poconos area because that's typically like one of the well-known areas. Um, that's typically one of the well-known areas is the Poconos, or like Philadelphia is another area that's well known here. So I live about 2 hours from Philly. Okay, that's it, guys. So Lydia, I'm gonna have you kind of like turn your chair around a little bit. Ooh, those parts look good. Yeah, those parts look good. Okay, so do you guys want to see how I dip it? I mean, I know somebody had asked a question about that before. Let me see if I can kind of like lift up the phone. Hold on, y'all. I'm gonna try to put this on a lean a little bit so that you guys can maybe see how does that look, Lydia? Okay. All right. So everybody can see, right? Because I'm going to try to show you how I dip the ends now that all the pieces are in. And really, guys, like, I'm not even fancy about it. Like, I'm literally just going to pick up the pieces of the curly hair. See? So I'm just getting them out of the way like that. So hold on. Let me make sure. Okay, the water's done. So, and I like to just use like some claw clips. So, just some clips. I hope you can see the clips. My husband bought me this privacy phone screen thing, and I can't see nothing. So, I just pick up the hair. You know, kind of just, you know, lightly, you know, kind of just clip it up to a braid. And so you're just going to move your pieces out the way. Easy peasy. Just move them out the way. You can put them right up in the clip. Because if you guys, now I haven't done it, but because the hair is synthetic, if you dip this hair in hot water, I think it'll make it straight. And I can't remember which YouTuber made that mistake by actually dipping the hair. And they were just like, oh my gosh, like never, you can't dip this hair. So I'm glad I didn't have to learn from that mistake. So you just clip it right up. Hey, boo.
Oh, okay. Wasn't sure if you were still alive or not.
I am.
Oh, okay.
Just finishing up. I went live on YouTube.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not sure if you're still alive.
Yeah, I am.
Oh. Who you live with? What group?
No, I'm live on YouTube.
Oh, okay. Well, that's dope. I thought you said you went live.
No, I'm literally live right now on YouTube.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah, my husband knows I am so shy, guys, so I don't normally come on YouTube. And I've got to know the ladies so well in the Facebook group that it's kind of easy for me to go live with them because I feel like, you know, we really have gotten to know each other over time. So thank you for being so kind that I was able to get through this live.
What's the background?
What? Oh, I took a page from your book. Okay, it's live over here, baby. It's live. My husband is laughing at my little music, y'all. But I had to do something. I had to get some background noise. I don't like it too quiet. Okay, so you guys just see how I clipped all that up, and then I'm just gonna dip the braids like I normally would. So I just gotta grab a towel. Anybody have any questions so far?
Y'all famous over here.
Famous? What do you mean? Yeah, we're real famous. My table fell over.
I see that. I see the aftermath.
Right. Right, we're real famous. We're over here with the bloopers and all, okay?
Oh, I know my feet numbered in
We really live. Okay, guys. So yeah, I'm just dipping these parts in the hot water. I'm not going to go up too far because remember, guys, her hair is really long. And I don't like to put the hot water on people's like natural hair. Even though it's like protected in the braids, I still just try to be careful.
How long you all been married for? Ashley said.
Almost 6 years. I had to think about it. I was like, oh wait, I don't know. Y'all, I'm tired. I'm getting tired. Yeah, almost 6 years. That's my whole boo, y'all. He actually works next door. He's a barber, so we work next to each other. Okay. Yep. So just dip the hair the way I normally do. So Ashley, what's your business name? What did you decide to go with? Because you said you had your name picked out already.
Ashley Braids Boutique.
Oh, I like that. So do you have a place already? Are you starting from home? Like,
She said she's starting from home.
okay, cool. Cool. And you have a designated area already? Like, how are you doing your setup? You have a little room or?
Oh, she's only 16. She's
Oh.
17 in December.
Oh. Oh, girl. If I would have known that, I would have told you to just breathe, honey. You still have time to develop. You have time to, you know, just get your craft in order. And oh my gosh, honey, I wish that I would have attempted this when I was 16. That's my only regret about braiding, is that I didn't start sooner. I didn't start getting serious into it until I was like, I think I might have had already turned 30. You know, and sometimes it's hard trying to be, to start a business and stuff once you're married and once you have children, and, you know, your time is juggled and divided between multiple responsibilities and all of that stuff. So sometimes it's hard, but at your age, oh, you're going to be very successful, honey. Very, very successful. You have time, and this research time that you're doing. That's exactly what this is a research time. Do your research. Get certain things in order, you know, like you're doing already. And when you're really ready to roll, you're gonna be doing it, boo. You are gonna be doing it. So guys, now that I dipped her ends, which I'm still dipping them, guys, because I like to make sure that the ends are really straight. So I'm trying to find my mousse because I told y'all my table fell. So sometimes I dip, put a little mousse, and then dip again. Because I really like the ends to be straight. And it's these little details, guys, that are really going to make a difference and really set you apart from the rest. So don't be afraid to be detail oriented. Okay. And another thing, guys, when I'm done, I always empty the water. I don't let the water sit around because you just never want a spill or any kind of accident, God forbid. So knowing safety and being careful when braiding is also very, very important, okay? So y'all ready for the finishing touches? So here's, I'm gonna put a nice amount of mousse there. I bet that feels so good. Guys, your clients, they look forward to this because it's nice and cool on their head. You know, this mousse here does Shine and Jam mousse. Y'all, it's my favorite. When I tell y'all it's my favorite, I love this mousse because a little goes a long way. And I could pretty much use that mousse through the whole style as I begin to rub it through. And I go over my pieces of the curly hair because I want those curls to be defined. I want them to look nice. I don't want them to look dry and frayed. I want them to look really, really nice. So take your time and go through those pieces as well. I'm so glad we did this, Lydia. Like, we never really go by. Okay. And so while our mousse, ooh, that looks so pretty. So pretty. So while the mousse is set, I'm gonna go in with my scissors a little bit, guys. And like for the ones that are like in her face here, I'm gonna kind of frame her face a little bit. So I'm just coming in vertical angle with my scissors and just kind of like debulking this a little bit. But I like to do that. Just a little. I'm kind of doing like a slide cutting motion. And then I might take my mousse. get any little loose hairs. From me cutting. And sometimes I even do that around the back too, just to shape it a little bit.
Someone asked for the mousse name.
Oh, I'll show you. I love this mousse. It's the Shine and Jam one from Magic Finger Studios. I don't know if they can, if I'm in the right, yeah, there we go. It's the Shine and Jam one from Magic Finger Studios by Stasha Harris. It is, I'm telling you guys, it's my absolute favorite one. And again, all I'm doing is just going through and just trimming up and cutting some of the pieces. And guys, I'm not like cutting it in half. I'm doing like a slide cutting motion. So I'm kind of just starting at the top, opening my scissors, and yes, I am moving them. Let me turn them around. I am moving them, but I'm sliding down.
Ashley asked if the Vigorol mousse is good.
Oh, I used to use that. I started off with the Vigorol mousse. Yeah, I started off with that mousse, and I like that mousse too. Why I really stopped using that Vigorol mousse is because one of my clients is allergic to olive oil. And so I said, you know what? I would just prefer not to use it. So, but not that it's not good. It's just one of my clients happen to be allergic to olive oil. That's the one I use. And so typically, if I even have one person that's allergic to something, I just try to be, I just try to be real careful. That's all. So.
Ashley asked if you tried the Foam Brothers one.
No, I don't think I have. Is that the pink and yellow one? Alright, I'm gonna use some oil sheen.
Ashley said, yeah, it is the pink and yellow.
Yeah. No, I've seen it in the beauty supply stores, guys, but I've never used it. Guys, I'm just evaporating up some of my foam that's left over. Kind of nourishing the scalp as well. So I always use oil sheen. And I actually use the Shine and Gem Magic Fingers one as well. So I'm gonna just kind of put your head back. Look at that.
Ashley wants to know if you've used the Lotta Body
Nope.
mousse.
I see people use it. And again, I don't think there's any flaw to it that I know of, the products I went from was Vigorol to Tropical Roots to the Magic Fingers brand. That was my, a product. And then I use the Do Grow Stimulating Hair Oil. I don't know if you guys could see that. I hope so. But I use this here. And this is, I'm going to have you put your head back, boo. And this is the last, because, we've been doing a lot. We blew dry the hair. We blow dried, however you say it. And then the brushing and the combing out and the part, like all that stuff. So I like to really make sure that my client's scalp is nicely replenished. And a lot of times too, because with the way that I like to have my clients come, I don't really like for them to come with anything in their hair prior. So I like to just make sure that I've replenished everything um, that was, you know, manipulated with in the process. So I like to make sure.
You're asking for the name of the oil again?
The name of the oil, sure. That I have dripping all down your forehead. The name of the oil is the Dew Grow Stimulating Hair Oil. So, and it says that it helps eliminate dry scalp, tames frizzies, helps reduce breakage, and helps hair, you know, to grow longer. So I've never had any issues with this scalp oil.
Actually, it was asking about your blow drying policy.
Oh, that's a good one. So my blow drying policy is I like for the hair to be straight or blown out from root to tip, meaning that I like to be able to run my fingers from root to tip. If I'm not able to do that, you need a blowout. That's a hot topic in the hair industry and in the braiding industry. Because some people, they don't want any heat on their hair, which is totally understandable. But I just happen to stand on the side that in order for me to braid your hair without hurting myself is to make sure that I can get through from root to tip, and also helps for me not to be tugging and pulling on your hair as much, because it makes a big difference because I have to be able to get through it. So that's my spiel on that. So guys, let me put the camera back up, and I'm gonna have her bend her head back the top of the style, and she'll be able to see the top since she's watching. And let me just show you the bricklaying of the parts so you can see that every part is coming down. I don't want to move them too much because these are not knotless, guys. So I don't want to maneuver them too much, but I hope that you are able to see the beautiful brick parting that really helps your style be full without being too full. So because every braid is gonna lay, so like for example, this braid here is going to lay in between the space of the row beneath it, okay? And same here. This braid here is going to lay in between the space of the braid beneath it. So that's just a little bricklaying concept for you guys. And yes, thank you so much. Yeah, it's like stairs, exactly, Ashley. So that is the that's just one of those things that help you to be able to set your prices apart when it comes time to set your pricing and things like that. Because when you are learning techniques to make the hair lay and to do this and to do that, that's when you really can up your prices and really get what you're worth. So again, guys, if anybody needs any of the products or resources that I have available, please reach out to me. If you would like to be on the email list where I send out, you know, different helpful emails, announcements. Sometimes maybe I may even send out coupons or something like that for the one-on-one coaching program. You know, please message me on Instagram. Again, that is Neek_Lynn, or come in and join us on the Facebook group. You can connect with me there. If you just have questions and you just need somebody to talk to, you know, reach out to me. I try my best to, you know, be available for braiders. And while obviously I'm not just by my phone all day, but I will do my best to try to respond back to you. But if you need something, you know, like I said, even from the group, you know, post in the group. The girls are amazing. They just are so helpful and so eager to support one another. So we really do have a sisterhood there. And yeah, if you want the one-on-one coaching, please message me. Again, I have about 3 spots left where I'm doing like introductory pricing. So it is literally 6 weeks of coaching for under $100 a week. So and you have access, full access to me for that full 6 weeks. We'll meet via Zoom, and I'm going to be making some videos and even providing some more information. And yeah, just stay tuned, guys. We have a lot going on. We're focusing on social media September, on the other platforms. And yeah, we have a lot going on right now. So this is a great time to join us and to be a part of Neeklin and Hair Hustle Hope Collective. So guys, that was the end of the style. I'm going to go ahead and end this live. And I look forward to seeing you guys in the group and talking to you guys in the group. If you couldn't remember the name of the group, just please go ahead and send me a message. And I will talk to you guys in the next video. Thank you guys so much. God bless.